You're currently live streaming to my fancy 4K TV! Oh, heck, so cool! We're live from downtown someplace. Saturday
We're
Night
live from... Alright, we did go through the rest of that scene.
Yeah, we finished the scene because I'm like, we have to at least finish this scene, please.
So that we didn't
like
come
2.5
back to him just
hours,
like bent
please.
over the back of her head.
It's been 2.5 hours, please. Hello, Pi.
Hey,
Hope you've had a good day so far. I fell asleep during Pi's stream. I was just so tired, and listening to Pi was so calming. I just went.
I was sleepy, and I am still sleepy, and I haven't gotten any sleep.
Yeah. I was hoping to nap after work, but then I got wrapped up with like making sure VODs are backed up and uploading and all that jazz. My voice is apparently soothing.
That's why I'm a good professional baby snuggler. Yeah.
I was taking a drink, so my face was away from chat because my drink was on the other side, so I can't see chat. You read that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I looked over, oh, you're reading Pi's message.
Yeah. I'm not a professional baby snuggler.
I don't know,
Pi
you might
is a professional baby snuggler. You know what my job is. Also, do you trust me as a professional baby snuggler? Because you absolutely should not. I feel like a baby would get snot on me and I'd be like, and into the crib with you. Stick to booping on the nose.
We're like 4 minutes in and I'm already dead. Good night, everybody.
I snuggle my cat. And then he's like, wait, I hate this. And scrambles away. And then comes back to me 10 seconds later. And by 10 seconds, sometimes I mean 10 milliseconds.
I cuddle my shark. Or sorry, my sharks. Because I have multiple sharks on my bed. And I love you, but I would never ask you to snuggle my babies. For your comfort and safety, if nothing else.
Look, for my benefit and for the benefit of the babies, I think all around it is better if I do not snuggle the babies.
Oh my gosh.
My mom always comments like, oh yeah, when you were a kid, all the other little girls used to gather around the babies and stuff and coo over them, but you never did. You were really strange as a child. And then I sit there and I go, and you wonder why I don't want kids. At one point, she apparently felt guilty. It's like, oh, was it my fault because I went back to school and got a job and I wasn't there for you enough? Is that the reason you don't want children?
No.
And I'm just like, see your own story about how I never used to run up excited over the babies as a kid.
Yeah.
Babies are perfectly fine for other people to coo over.
Not everybody needs to have children.
And not everyone probably should.
Definitely not everyone should. There are many parents who should never be parents.
Mm-hmm.
My parents being one of them.
You mean two.
I don't know. I don't think my father's a parent.
Technicalities. Some people just aren't built for the parenting life. And that's a good thing to know and embrace about oneself rather than trying to fight it and have kids anyway. Because that never ends well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm just like, yeah, I would not be a great mother. And I know that. And so I'm just not going to be.
Yeah. Well, you're a cat mother.
I am a cat
You're
mother.
You're also a
I'm
momther.
a stream momther.
Yes, you're a stream momther. Mm-hmm.
I suppose I can be a mother panther. Yes.
Apparently, even though I'm like, I'm probably never gonna have kids, I'm still a stream father.
Uh-huh.
Don't know how that worked out.
Well, you see, we adopted Magic, and then we adopted some other people.
We also adopted Melissa. Wonder how Melissa's doing.
Stepmother told her 4 children, I never wanted kids, and then I had you guys.
Oh, my mother straight up said, I never wanted kids. I was forced into it by your father. And I'm like, that's good to know when I'm 20. Thanks.
I mean,
You
my
could have
shitty
kept that a
ex,
secret.
right? Like, I didn't want kids then either. I was like, no, I'm never having kids. I don't want to ever have kids. And he was like, well, I do, so I'm gonna make you someday.
Not how it works.
Well, at that point, I was like, do I have to worry that someday you're gonna poke holes in the condoms or what? Like, that's fucked.
Yeah. Also, if you're waiting for me to read the line, I don't know where you are. Because there's no game on my screen.
Then how are you looking at chat?
Who says who says the stream's running? I can pause that. Oh, I only need chat to run. I don't need the stream to run.
See, I have the stream running because I'm watching over the captions. And she also told me in lieu of the birds and bees in conversation, you know your father and I won't raise your kids if you get pregnant, right? And then got very mad when I said, good, you did a really bad job with your first 4. Why should I let you do it again?
Wait, parents are supposed to give the birds and bees talk?
That's a myth, right?
Like the Loch Ness
A popular
Monster?
parenting myth is that you're supposed to give that talk. That's
Oh,
a myth. I've never heard of it.
I thought the parents are supposed to assume the school's going to give the talk, and then the school's like, no, that's it for the parents to do.
I thought you're just never supposed to talk about sex.
Well, unless you're married. And then
No,
sex
you're
is
just
fine.
never supposed to talk about sex.
Well, if you're a straight couple married, then sex is fine.
Act like a bitch, get smack talk like a bitch.
Shrug
emoji. Yeah. My parents were just like, it wasn't, oh, that's for the school to do. It's, no, the school shouldn't tell you this either, and we're certainly not going to tell you. You shouldn't know what sex is. No.
Oh, parents.
19 years old. You know what kissing is? Yeah, I watched Disney movies as a kid. What are you talking about?
Have you seen Snow White?
Or Sleeping Beauty.
Or Sleeping Beauty.
Most of the other, like, princess movies. Dirty culture like that is so gross and helps nobody.
Oh, good. My class ended. It's time for me to join the stream.
Hi, Magic.
Oh, our stream child.
Yeah, like, for my parents, it's not even, like, a religion thing. It's just, like, a conservative thing.
Yeah.
I guess. Especially my mom. And
There's
so,
hedgehogs.
it's not, once you're married, it's okay. We can talk about it in the context of marriage, blah, blah, blah. No. It was just, that's not a thing we talk about. That's not a thing we acknowledge exists. And that's worse in some ways.
Yeah. I mean, my parents never talked about it in the context of marriage. That's just the culture I grew up in, was like, sex is okay when marriage. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, see, for us it was, sex doesn't, or for me at least, it's sort of more like, sex doesn't exist. What? What? What's sex? Never heard of it. You never heard that word. That's a bad word. You shouldn't think of that
I mean,
word.
that was about me when I was like 15. What are you talking about?
My dad was like that too because it was too awkward for him to deal with.
Welcome, strange child. We're talking about sex.
Well, we're talking about the apparent birds and bees conversation that people supposedly have. I think that's an urban legend. I don't know.
Lots of things are urban legends according to us. Like parents who care.
And sexual attraction.
Yeah! No, that's not an urban legend. Because there are people... Because people feel it, Pi does. Meanwhile, I was over here like, good grief, my dad must be a good lady. Because
You gonna finish reading that?
No, I'm laughing.
Good grief, my dad must be a good lay because I have no fucking idea why else his wife puts up with him.
Am I laughing this early? What's wrong with me?
But also, what if instead of a good lay, he had good Lay's chips? I like potato chips.
That broke me. That broke me.
Oh no, Sharky's broken.
See, I didn't know which way you were gonna take it.
What other way were you expecting? Look, if Magic will betray their family for some good sushi, I mean, I might betray mine for some good chips. What's funnier is that I had that suspicion confirmed by his ex-girlfriend from high school with whom he was still best buds.
What, that he had good lay chips? Or Lay's
Good chips?
It's good
Delicious.
chips.
The best chips.
See, I'm not a chip person.
That's fine.
Whenever
I
I got
like
the
chips.
bags of chips in like high school or something like that, I would just give them to somebody else.
I like chips. They're crunchy.
Because I'm just like, here, you take them.
and salty and carby. They're great.
Carby, that sounds like a Pokemon.
Definitely good chips and not as sexual prowess. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you're in high school, then you definitely want potato chips. I liked potato chips when I was in high school. I also like potato chips now.
Ouch. I'm dying.
I do like a good chip. Good crunch, yum salt. Exactly.
Oh. My throat hurts from coughing, from laughing.
How sad to think that Discord didn't capture any of that.
Oh, Discord filtered that all, the
All the
coughing out. It was
coughing?
great. Oh, every time I coughed, I looked and be like, nope, I'm not lit up. Okay, it's ignoring it, okay.
God damn it, Discord.
I mean, I could let everything come through.
That'd be funny.
I would just have to, like, turn off all of its, like, auto-filtering stuff for background noise. Because that's what happens. It's assuming my coughing is background noise.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we were actually I made a joke about that on stream because Pi's like, oh, yeah, I got a thing where, like, I need more salt. I'm like, Pi needs to get more salty. Yes?
Pie is very sweet.
Let's see if the coughing will come through now. And now you just have to make me laugh.
So what's your excuse now for not reading your line yet?
I'm trying to calm down from all the laughter.
Alright, now I have dinner going so I can watch. Yum, dinner.
What are you eating? What are you eating?
I also need to figure out what to have for dinner. I have a lot of leftovers because I ordered a shit ton of Chinese food for Chinese New Year.
Oh,
But
you still have.
my roommate's out of her leftovers, and also we don't have enough rice for the both of us to split what is left. So I'm like, wait, shit, I need to figure out something else for dinner.
See, that doesn't surprise me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I also ordered a lot more.
Yeah.
This is the superstition tradition thing that my parents taught me was that on Lunar New Year's Eve, you're supposed to have a refill or like seconds with your dinner, even if it's just a little bit, because that is like a thing to guarantee like prosperity and having plenty of food in the new year. Doing some gnocchi, plus I got these cute new kitty bowls from this Asian grocery store my friend took me to. Oh, kitty bowls!
I'm curious about some of the beings here. I read the line. You know, the thing you said, why aren't you reading the line? Why aren't you reading your line?
Now read the next one.
Why aren't you reading your line?
Yeah, why aren't you reading this line?
Screw you.
Saying just the commentary. You know?
Yeah. Satan did think that, which is funny because that's not a line I would say.
You're not curious about some of the beings here?
I wouldn't call anybody here a being.
I would consider me a being.
You're not a being, you're a people.
Are people not beings?
That's a good question.
That's what you're implying.
It's a good question. Well, I mean, I'm a nobody shark, so am I a being?
Yeah, sharks are totally beings. Well, more a being than a doing. Uh-huh.
Is that supposed to be a joke? I don't get it. Also, hello, Malik.
All right, Malik, please explain to Sharky. How dare you? I'm a being of pure sass.
And since you're a professional internet stalker, do you have any tea to spill? I'm afraid not. I installed a pretty solid anti-clumsiness patch last week, and my motor skills are incredibly reliable. I don't think I could spill tea if I tried, nor any other beverage for that matter.
Hi, Malik and Pi. I don't think I said hi earlier. Yes, we have friends today.
Franz?
Franz?
Yes, we have Franz.
Leaf Franz.
The Franz?
We have a lot of leafy friends. Earlier, I came across a great incorrect quotes thing from Twisted Wonderland. No. Would you like to hear it?
Oh, no. Sure,
it's
I'm just like, oh, no.
Between Floyd and Idia. And if you... Do you remember who they... I guess I should give context. Twisted Wonderland.
Which one?
For the people in chat. Is a new... Well, it's a couple years old game. It recently came out in US. So they just had its English release like a couple weeks ago. And it's like it's not a dating sim, but it's a woman-focused game, apparently. And so all the characters are still like pretty boys. And they're all in like magic school, where each house of the school is based on one of the Disney villains.
I haven't met Floyd.
So Floyd is one of the eels, based on the Ursula house.
That's what they're based after.
Yeah. Each of the characters is sort of inspired by, not directly is, but inspired by, like, some more heavily than others. By each of the villains and characters in those movies. So, like, Heartslebule is the house of the Queen of Hearts.
Yes.
Riddle is sort of based on the Queen of Hearts. and everyone else are the card soldiers.
The cards, yes.
So
I got that.
Octagonal
much.
is based on Ursula, right? And so
Yeah.
as well, sort of the Ursula figure, and then the other two are the eels. That's also why they're twins.
Then what's with Ignihide?
That's based on Hades, and
Hades,
as best I can
yes.
tell, it's a pretty loose basing in their case. But
There's only
Idia
two of
is
them.
supposed to be more of the Hades,
Yeah.
and Ortho, his younger brother, who's like really small and stuff.
He's
As far as I can tell from like a couple of his comments, I think he's meant to be based on the little
Pain and Panic? Pain and Panic?
yes,
The
those
imps
are
that
the ones
follow-
that transform and stuff, right?
Yeah, the little imps
Yeah,
that
yeah.
follow Hades around. Yeah, that's Pain and
Yeah.
Panic. Pain and Panic reporting for duty!
Did you get any games during the Steam sale? I didn't.
I bought a game for a friend.
I was avoiding looking at it, but then I ended up falling prey to EA's Lunar New Year sale on Sims packs instead.
One of my
They're
friends...
gonna make us in Sims 4 on Friday.
Art friend is having a good thing happen. I think this week or next week. So to congratulate them, I bought them Inscription because it's their type of game.
Nice
Not
alchemist
myself.
simulator.
Oh, that sounds just in line for you.
That sounds, yeah.
I was thinking about getting Inscription for myself, and I'm like, I don't know if I'll be playing this anytime soon. It's not worth it. But I haven't bought anything for myself. I'm too busy on Pokemon.
I'm like, I'm too busy for more games. That's why I
So why
got
you're playing
Sims 4
Sims.
expansion and then ended up just falling deep into the Sims 4 hole. Whoops.
Treat yourself, Sharky. I don't need to treat myself. I just bought Legends Arceus.
That's treating yourself. No, you know what you should treat yourself to? Cake.
I had cake the other...
You should have
Sunday.
more.
I had cake Sunday.
You should treat yourself to cake again.
Plus,
that works?
there's 2 Square Enix games I need to buy in March. And there's one coming out this month. This month, Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster comes out. And then in March, Strangers in Paradise come out, which... I'm interested what time travel shenanigans are going to happen in that. And Chocobo Racing comes out in March. And obviously I have to get Chocobo Racing.
Obviously.
Like, that's a guarantee.
That's not even a question.
Exactly. So yeah, there are games coming out that I'm getting. So, I'm excited. I also have to finish Final Fantasy III Pixel Remaster. I'm so close to the end. I should finish that. Anyway. Sorry, I'm rambling.
Yeah.
What racing? Gotta Google some stuff. Chocobo Racing. If I would post my Final Fantasy series on YouTube, you would know what a Chocobo is. But I haven't.
Yeah, they only brought Moogles into Kingdom Hearts.
Oh, it's like a chicken. It's not... I mean,
It's
kind
like
of,
a
but
really
it's-
big chicken. You can
It's
ride
a
it.
rideable. It's a rideable chicken.
It's like what the chickens descended from.
Well,
In the
chocobos
way
are-
that chickens descended from dinosaurs. It's like a midpoint. But like closer to
chocobos
the chicken
are
size.
mentioned in Kingdom Hearts because there's a metal chocobo keyblade.
Yes.
But that's the most, yeah.
But like you don't literally have chocobos running around.
No,
in
no,
Kingdom
no,
Hearts
no.
is what I
You don't
mean.
have chocobos.
Any chicken can be ridden into battle if you're not a coward, father.
God dang it. I'm like, I don't even need to, like, I I looked away from the chat to be like, what is Chocobo Racing releasing on? And then you read that, I'm like, I don't even need to look at the chat to know who said that.
Yeah, because it says father in it.
It's only coming to Switch. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's cool. I didn't know that. There's going to be a free version called Chocobo GP Lite, which allows you to try out the prologue of a story mode and participate in local and online multiplayer using a limited amount of characters. So you're able to try it out, play with maybe a friend who has it or something before you actually like want to spend the money on it, which is nice. That's really cool. I like that.
That means I can play, even though I hate racing games. I would never want to spend money on one.
What? So you can fight me?
So I can lose?
Well, now I want to pre-order Chocobo? Question mark Racing. Yes, you spelled it right.
Yeah.
It's how it sounds.
Uh-huh.
Chocobo.
Is it a chocolate bow?
Chocolate bow.
Chocobo.
Qua? Que?
But make it chocolate.
I would love to actually have a chocolate Chocobo candy.
That sounds cute.
That sounds adorable. Why can't people make that? Okay. I mean, is it okay for me to ask you to gossip about other creatures here? Gossiping is highly evil. Who would you like me to tell you about? Gotta contact the chocolate guy from TikTok. Wait, there's a chocolate guy on TikTok? What?
Yeah, he's the one with the new Netflix show.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so there's this guy who just makes like really realistic looking, basically sculptures, but they're all made of like chocolate and desserts. And like he makes all sorts of things and they look really realistic. He made a pencil out of chocolate, like 100% out of chocolate, that writes. You can write with his chocolate pencil. He's made like a life-size like nutcracker statue thing, also just out of chocolate.
Yeah, he made like a working lighthouse.
Yeah, he made a telescope.
Okay.
He's made like, I don't know, he's made a lot of random shit. He pops up on Tumblr all the time and is like, the chocolate guy's back!
Okay. The staff members are such interesting characters, but they seem a bit unapproachable. Maybe. Wait, who's Angel? Did you say something?
Hi!
What?
Yeah, every time he comes up on Tumblr, it's like, God damn it, the chocolate guy again.
Well, see, I don't really use Tumblr.
Well, you should. You should hang out with us on Tumblr.
I don't tumble.
But
I'm
what
more
if you
fall off
did?
of cliffs.
What, horse plinko?
What?
It's okay, that was just for the benefit of the other Tumblrites here.
What words did you just utter in my ears?
I'm waiting for their reaction.
All I heard was something plinko, and I'm like, what? I don't know, go with the angel. Tell me something about Angel, the evil aura. So you wanna know how they spend most of their time in a jar when they're not at work? Did we do this last time? remember this?
No, we did not.
Honestly, I think I missed it because I don't get it.
Oh, did you not see all the horse Plinko stuff all over Tumblr? I didn't really get it as like a meme, but it was everywhere.
Excuse me?
Horse Plinko.
Why?
Do you have questions, comments, concerns?
My concern is why.
Yeah, the horses falling thing. I think I saw various names, but I think one that I saw was that the horse was named Plinko Plonko. Which is honestly the most Tumblr name they could have given it.
Okay. Okay. I'm not going to question any further.
You don't want to be in on the ridiculous Tumblr meme culture? What the fuck is happening?
Plinko Horse Blorbo from my shows. Tumblr has been very...
Ah, yes, Blorbo.
Blorbo? What the... What? Okay,
Yeah.
Nope. I shouldn't question Tumblr. I should not be questioning Tumblr.
What were the other names in that one? There were other names that popped up as a result of the Blorbo thing. It's Blorbo from my shows. Yeah, you know, Blorbo.
You want to know the most Tumblr I consume? It's that one dude who does voices of Tumblr posts.
I've seen Blorbo going around, but I don't know what it is or how it started. Ah, Glup Shitto. I think there were a couple others. But yeah, the Blorbo thing, I feel like I saw like 5 posts about it in a row and then came across finally what I think was the...
See, I know that's a Tumblr thing. I don't get it, but I know that's a Tumblr thing.
Shoelaces thinks I stole them from the president.
I know that's a Tumblr thing.
Yep.
I don't get it, but I know it's a Tumblr thing. Old man who doesn't know Tumblr screaming from to the heavens.
It's less that you're an old man and more that Tumblr is like a hell site. You know, people describe Twitter and stuff as a hell site. No. Tumblr is literally just what the fuck is happening.
Sharky does not know the ancient ways.
And Tumblr is so broken as a site that I'm really like, no, this is the hell site. But we all stay there voluntarily.
I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know.
Sometimes there's just like a post that goes around of like, guys, can we turn this into a meme? And then it becomes a meme. Like someone says like, hey, I have this idea. Can we turn this into a meme? And then like 5 days later, yes, I was trying to explain that we call Tumblr a hell site. Affectionate. And he just didn't get it. Yeah, like a hell site. Affectionate. Explain to a coworker. Yeah.
Well, I know you weren't explaining to me.
Yeah. Tumblr is just a special brand of like, there are many benefits to being a marine biologist. Uh-huh. We all stay there voluntarily, in the words of my idiot racist father. What do you mean we, white man? With the obvious understanding that you're neither white nor a man.
I should stop trying to think and reason these things and try to get it, because I know I'm not.
Hey,
I should just give up.
Tumblr is a hell site. That's why we like it.
I have not joined this hell.
Technically, you have.
Technically, I have, but I don't use it.
You should use it.
I don't get it.
Just,
It's like jumping into the deep end of a frozen pond that's boiling.
Correct. I've long since left Tumblr out of spite since they made that first attempt to ban not safe for work / adult content. Oh, Tumblr basically just had to recently hide half the site from Apple, so I mean...
Wait, what? What?
Okay, so, like, technically, porn is banned on Tumblr.
Yes.
This is partially because you can ban Apple.
Yeah, I knew that.
Because Apple's like, if we can find any porn on your site, like...
You're taken off the App Store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or at least you can't submit any updates or anything. We want to prove the new version.
Yeah. It's basically dead.
It's user-generated content.
Yes.
On a site that used to be so heavily porn.
Yes.
And so... in the first place, they had to do something about all that. Yes, technically and banned, and yet some people are reported having bots send porn directly into their ask inboxes. Yeah, there's also the porn bots and just the all the bullshit. But like, so most recently, oh, of course they did, because Apple's a fucking prude who for some reason wants to pretend nobody likes sexual content. Yeah. So, it's user-generated content.
Yeah,
so they basically massively gone flagging random things. I think, then you get like the things of, there's like the peach cakes and stuff that are like Japanese sweets or whatever. And they're like, that looks too much like a boob. That's flagged.
What?
Yeah, looks like a boob. Onions in a certain angle. Nope. Those look like boobs. No good. Can't post this. But so because Apple is the way it is,
garbage.
That review process involves a human reviewer, and it really depends who you get.
Yeah.
And then, so if they find any porn, have to like flag it or whatever and be like, no. Then there's apparently you can appeal it to a secondary person. You don't ever know who you're gonna get on that site either.
Yeah.
And so the appeal person can either go in and be like, no, actually you're fine, or they can come up with their own solution on what needs to be done so that you can get your thing through. So I guess before, whoever the reviewer was probably required that they remove all porn from the site. And definitely in this case, it seems, because this time they're like, okay, we have to hide all of these things just from the Apple version of the app. So just for iOS, Tumblr has to remove a ton of content. And so what they did, because it has to be just whatever requirements fulfilled so that they don't find any porn on the site.
Yeah.
They went about it this time of, okay, if you're on the iOS version of the app, and to be clear, if you just open a browser and go to tumblr.com in the browser window on Apple, that's still fine. But for the app, if it has been tagged with one of a giant list of things,
it just won't show it.
Yes. So
I
tags
love it.
such as
Perfect.
me, racism,
Did you say me?
yes, me, the word, as a tag. Like if you post a selfie or something. They banned girl. Yeah, girl is banned. Let me see if I can find the list. I
have some questions. Girl?
Yeah, this was as of like a month and a half ago, in fact.
That doesn't necessarily mean porn.
No, not at all. All right.
I mean, overly cautious, I get it, but like...
Let me find... So some of these are totally blocked, and some of them, the tag is just empty. So some of them, if you search for the tag, it will say, like, this is blocked on iOS. And some of them, I guess, they just hide all of the results.
And me and Maya are causing problems because a lot of people are tagging their content as, like, my art, my photos.
Yeah.
So the list?
Yeah. Well, such as that. About me, blocked. In fact, I'm only going to read some of these total block ones. I'm going to entirely skip the ones that are just empty.
Yeah.
About me, Adderall, addiction,
Wait,
animal
Adderall?
abuse, armpits, ask to tag, babe, blindfold, bloody, body horror. You know, the things that people might trigger warning, like racism.
Yeah.
Doggy's banned. Dysphoria, no good. Don't reblog, don't show, I guess. Don't reblog is on here.
Okay, they're not going to reblog it, fine.
Gore, gun, high, injury.
They did ban submission too, but if somebody submits a post or blog, it's automatically
Yep,
published.
submission, which they automatically add. Me, medical. Medical's not allowed. Medical's not okay. Miscellaneous. That's no good.
Tumblr?
My face, my GIF, my life, my photos, my post, my stuff. All of that's banned.
Tumblr, are you okay?
Also,
I think we need to have a talk.
these are, when I say that these are banned, this includes if you just use the word in a longer tag, because you can put whole like sentences in the tags.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Tumblr, are you okay? I think we need to
Obey.
have a talk.
Package. Actually, Obey is an issue for Obey Me fandom. We were like, I guess we have to we have to change what our tag is if we don't want to exclude all the iOS users.
Well, because Obey and me.
Both of those.
Like, you're doubly screwed.
And again, this includes if it's just part of a whole sentence or something. Package is not allowed.
Package?
Just the word package. In the context of a sentence or anything, yeah, no, that's not okay. On the bright side, Radfem is blocked. But racism is softly blocked because it hides every post. So, reblog, that's blocked.
Reblog?
Satin, selfie, self in general.
Satin?
Satin. Not Satan, satin. Like the material.
Why?
I'm guessing if it's ever used for lingerie, that would be my best guess.
is why I don't participate in Tumblr. It's broken accessibility to cater to the weird puritanic whims of Apple. Yeah.
We girl boss. Like, I don't blame Tumblr. Because they literally can't
They're stuck.
get their shit through.
Yeah, they're literally...
And, like, sadly, block for being a kink thing, ditto for medical. Yeah, and so this is them throwing up their hands and going, fine, Apple, because whatever the appeal person that they get says, they don't get to appeal to anyone else then. They have to submit a new thing to whoever they're appealing to, and that person will change every fucking time.
So it's either follow every single solitary requirement to their detriment, or give up on iOS completely. It's not even follow every rule. It's whatever the person that you get as the appeal person says goes. So if they demand something unreasonable, you cannot get around them. Yeah. You literally are stuck with whoever that. I saw a post explaining this from someone who used to work there, because they were there for that porn ban. Yeah. The thing with this is, like, it's not the phrase medical play, it's just the word medical. But this is what Apple demanded, and they cannot get bug fixes, security patches, any of that out unless Apple approves it. So that means that whoever they get to appeal that time, that's what they have to do. And if that person says, yeah, remove all of these things from iOS, that's what they have to do. If they do any other solution, they will not get removed. Yeah, that's the easiest way. It catches all that stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Spun is not allowed. Sugar is not allowed.
And they can't just have it removed from the iOS store, because then they're losing millions of people.
Trauma, another common trigger warning tag. Yeah, trauma's gone. Vid, nope. Wax, weed, zipper.
Zipper?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming, that's a sampling, right? I didn't even read everything that's blocked. That's not even counting all of the things that just have no results anymore. Such as racism. Sexism, I think, was in there. Yeah, sexism is in there. I think... drugs, death, depression, all of those are hidden. Cry is hidden.
Cry?
Yes, cry.
Okay.
Bitch, bipolar, biphobia. All of those things are... the tag becomes empty. Apparently.
I flippin' hate Apple.
Yeah, I'm confused about the banning of, the tags racism and anti-Semitism, because my thought is that those tags were to warn people about the terrible people. Don't think racists were tagging their posts with racism. So my guess, and this is based on what I remember people did during Gamergate, especially because I volunteer at one of... We did it! We solved depression! Yeah, thanks, Apple. My best guess is that I remember during the Gamergate stuff, and I volunteer at this big gaming conference, or game dev conference, is that trolls bombarded that conference's tag with porn on Twitter as a way of trolling the tag and filling it with garbage and porn and harassment in that way. So my best guess is if racists are putting porn in the racism tag as a way of trolling it. Yeah.
Apple is garbage.
Apple has really bad policies on this. Like,
Yeah.
Magic, you can't say fucking assholes. Asshole is also blocked. Or sorry, just ass. But ass is in the word asshole, so, it's blocked.
Oh, that got me a little bit too much.
You can't call them fucking assholes. Fucking is blocked, too. Ass is blocked. And I think some of it was even that arse. Can I use arse? No, that's also blocked.
Well, that makes sense.
Ass is empty tag. Arse is blocked outright.
Interesting.
If you want to be really confused.
You do use Apple.
Yep. But again, this is sort of Tumblr's forced to bend to the whims of Apple. What about FARC?
What is that?
That is not on this list.
What is that?
And honestly, it's possible that they'll undo it in some future review app submission because again, it really depends on who's reviewing it and who's handling the appealing. Oh, that's not why they banned a cry. Don't look up Dacrophilia unless you want to learn about a new kink today. I assume most of these are kink based. It's just, it's way too broad, right?
It's
especially if it's just a word. If the word appears anywhere in a tag, it's banned. It's blocked. So someone made me cry today would get your whole post
for multiple
hidden.
ones.
My innate curiosity wants to know what that is, but Pi's warning is too strong enough to prevent this. Yeah. So. Yeah.
No, I think Pi was saying she knew about it. It's just, hey, others don't look this up unless you want as a warning, not as I learned today.
But yeah, girlfriend, and girls are all blocked.
It's not awful. It's just odd.
I do know that a bunch of these also seem to be relating to drugs and weapons and violence. So I also wouldn't be surprised if a racism tag for trigger warning is hidden because it talks about explicit violence that was done in some racist incident or something. It's not awful, just odd. / some people don't want to know about kink stuff, and I respect that. Yeah. Yeah. But so Tumblr is a broken hell site, and this has effectively made I mean, people were sharing around this is what they had to do to get past Apple, but then people were sharing but if you just go from Safari or something to tumblr.com and then set the bookmark as an icon on your phone to open up to that site,
you bypass all that.
You can still access everything. So why the fuck is Apple even doing that? It's stupid as shit.
Because they want to quote protect their app store.
Uh-huh.
That's really it. They just want to protect their app store.
But it's the stupidest fucking thing.
Yeah, it is.
And that one is actually not Tumblr's fault. Yeah. What is Tumblr's fault is when they introduced DM messaging, you had to initially infect each other with it.
Wait, what? Wait.
So the way they did that rollout, this was the stupidest fucking thing, was that you had to go so they started rolling out direct messaging on there as like messages, not just asks.
Yeah.
And the way they rolled it out was that in order to get it in the rollout, someone else had to message you. Someone who had it already had to message you. And then you would then spread the messaging ability to whoever you messaged. It was a choice. It was a weird fucking choice.
And
that's the kind of thing, like, just Tumblr, why? Tumblr, why have you done this? Tumblr, what are you doing?
That was a decision that a bunch of people agreed on. Yes.
Tumblr, a hell site. So you read
And
this line already, right?
I read this like 5 years ago. And you see why I don't want to jump in the middle of Tumblr.
At this point, if you're on Tumblr, it's like, my people.
I don't have people.
Yes, you do.
Whomst are my people?
Our chat, for one thing.
But they're not mine. They're their own people. I don't claim ownership of them.
It's not claiming ownership, it's just claiming kinship?
Someone tried to pickle them once. What? How do you go about pickling a vaguely human-shaped aura? I'm afraid it hasn't been covered in any of the world's existing cookbooks. And why do it? That I don't know. Perhaps they were confused by a recipe that called for distilled spirits? Sure. Wonder what you'd have to say if someone asked you to gossip about me. Bless you, my sister, and all the tumbleweeds who continue to tumble. Godspeed, you wild beasts.
Yeah, at this point, it's like, if you haven't left Tumblr, like, nothing is gonna drive us off at this rate.
And if you haven't joined Tumblr, be scared.
Like, if you're still on Tumblr, at this point, it's just like, yeah, we're not leaving. We're just little Tumblr gremlins in our little Tumblr cave.
I think the only thing I saw on Tumblr that I'm like, ooh, this is a nice resource was somebody, like, literally posted online every Kingdom Hearts light novel.
Yeah.
And it just had links to all of them. I'm like, this is nice.
Yeah, stuff like that goes by all the time.
This is nice. Even though I own all of them twice, this is nice.
Yeah.
Nobody ever has. Don't worry about it. I know you like reading Wikipedia. Do you use all your knowledge to contribute to it at all? Not really. I don't enjoy writing. My programming lacks some essential component that's needed to create a writer. An inability to deal with the real world? Masochistic tendencies? Or maybe just depression.
Hey, who else here writes? And feels called out.
How called out is anybody in chat and you? At those three qualities. Raise your hand if you're called out. In addition to that, my Wikipedia accounts get banned all the time. Oh, is it because you're so full of information? So it's kind of like Wikipedia's way of dramatically saying, there's only room for one of us in the world.
Alex like, ooh.
That's a cute
yeah,
hype
getting
emote.
called out. Ooh.
That's a cute hype emote.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was that. because my research assistant duties included updating the doctor's Wikipedia page. He wants me to update it every few hours, at least with the smallest achievements. One time he asked me to make a separate section listing the days which he had brushed his teeth in the morning.
That's not an accomplishment.
A whole section.
Yes.
With a table for measuring the duration of the brushing, the force of it, and the toothpaste used. It's important for him to mention that he uses toothpaste designed specifically for men. Because men's teeth are clearly different from the rest of the population.
So, as we have in the title, an idiot doctor.
Uh-huh. And we're trapped in time because not an hour has gone by.
Uh-huh.
Except an hour's gone by.
We've passed 0 game time. Again.
Oh, but we talked a lot about Tumblr.
Uh-huh.
And the tangents never end. They go on and on and on and on and on and on.
I never even
on,
shared my
on,
in-front
and
quote.
on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
I wonder what dentist approved that.
Himself. Which it seems to be more about the ego than the teeth. Currently, his toothpaste brand choice is Sheer Fury of the Northern Siberian Hog. That's very manly indeed.
Shouldn't at least half of those hogs be female?
You think he's gonna, his manhood would allow him to talk about that?
I think that every time toxic masculinity tries to claim a certain animal, I'm just like, you know, animals have more than one gender.
Yes! So wait, does that Wikipedia section actually exist? Of course not. I immediately got banned for trolling. The doctor assumed it was his jealous competitors trying to sabotage him. Of course. So many of my working hours go into creating new Wikipedia accounts. And you know, they make it really difficult for robots. No matter how long I stare, I can never get the caption right on my first try. I'd be happy to help you with that. Really? That's something you do for me? Anytime. Oh, it's time. We can pass an hour.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we get through this conversation.
So let's talk about.
It's too late. I already clicked the thing.
That made me laugh.
I know. I can hear it.
The doctor said you're just a prototype. What does that mean?
Yes.
Yes, he has big plans for me. His chief aim in bringing me to this conference is to show me off to other villains. What do you mean about being able to buy you? Soon, Nova models will be available to customers everywhere, if they have the money, of course. Phase 1 is getting a Nova wife, concubine, and or servant in the households of the world's most powerful people. That felt like a disgusting sentence to read. What about the world's most powerful people who aren't straight men? Oh, right. Currently, there are tens of thousands of my sisters sleeping in rows in our underground bunker waiting to be woke. Woke as in awake or as in woke? Are you attempting to break my language processors? Currently, they are at factory settings, as I was once, but when I activate them and share with them what I've learned...
Nova Revolution today.
Villain Sharky and Nova lead the robot uprising. or the Nova Uprising. So what's phase 2? I am programmed not to tell you. I understand. Fortunately, I managed to hack all of my own passwords months ago. When phase 1 is complete, we will be perfectly placed to overthrow society. At least that's the doctor's plan. Get the feeling you have a plan of your own. I always have a plan of my own. Technically speaking, I always have at least 1,024 contingency plans.
Her.
Yes, her. One never knows. Even a plan to destroy me?
Oh.
Oh, most of my potential plans regarding you involve your destruction. But don't worry, none of them are plan A, currently. Humanity, on the other hand, I have yet to decide. What did humanity ever do to you? I thought you told me that your plans were less human-focused. I wish humans were a bit less human-focused. What do you mean? Allow me to pose a question to you, villain Sharky. What do you think about nature? We should protect the environment? Might sound weird coming from villain at a villain conference. What's the point in ruling the world if there's no one left to rule? I'm impressed that you're able to see that. Many biobrains are only equipped to think about what is immediately before them at any given moment. But who would want to live in a world without trees, without tigers, without naked mole rats? You're absolutely right. It's clear that humanity's admin privileges to their own destiny and to their ecosystems need to be revoked. So, sorry, I'm getting off on a tangent a little bit. So,
Why are you apologizing for that?
I got into work today, and obviously I work in IT. Everybody at the help desk got an email basically saying like they've been going through an audit like they do every year. And they found a bunch of us have accounts that have admin privileges. And that needs to be dealt with. And I'm like, are you saying help desk shouldn't be able to do things? I'll gladly get paid to do nothing, but... Huh?
I mean, I guess, like, in terms of admin privileges, I wonder, like, admin privileges to what? To literally everything? Because
no,
IT probably doesn't need admin privileges to literally everything. It certainly needs admin privileges to some things.
It's specifically so that we, like, the admin privileges to, like, help a user install software to a computer that they need.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the type, like, and that's all we can do with it.
Okay. Then
like,
yeah, they're stupid.
Like, there's, like, obviously, like, we have admin privileges, so we can do, like, anything technically admin related on the computer, but it's relegated to that computer. Or, like, it's relegated to computers. It's not, like, admin privileges to go into a server or something. So it's kind of like, okay, so then you're gonna have to give us other ways so that we can get admin privileges, which they have set up and only works about 10% of the time. So they're basically saying, IT doesn't need to do their job. And I'm like, okay, pay me to do nothing. I'll be happy to.
No, what they're probably thinking is, well, half the IT people don't do anything anyway, or are incompetent with this. So it doesn't matter if it only works 10% of the time. So do they.
I mean, that's true for some.
I mean, considering what you've said about some coworkers, is that wrong?
I said to one of my coworkers, I said something along the lines of, like, they said something about, like, oh, I don't have brains or something. I'm like, you have more brains than this person, which isn't really saying anything because that's the lowest bar you can possibly measure yourself by. And they laughing up a storm because they're like, yeah, you're right. He's a moron. Because he'll do like dumb things to be like, he'll find out how to like install Office and then send an email to everybody being like, look guys, look what I figured out. And we're all like, okay, you figured out how to install Office. Good for you. Why'd you have to tell us about that?
This is why your documentation should be moron proof.
We don't have documentation.
That's the problem.
You can't have moron proof documentation if there's no documentation.
Well, there's your problem.
There's a few people who are like, we should start having a knowledge base. I'm like, okay, question, who's gonna fill in this knowledge base? They're like, well, the help desk is. I'm like, okay, question. With what time are they supposed to fill in the knowledge base?
You say this, but that's the perfectly normal thing. I'm expected when I handle some on-call issue to go in and write down what the hell I did if it's not already in there in our documentation.
But the problem is that the people who would willingly sit down and like do that don't have a chance to breathe. So there's no time to sit down and do that unless you're an idiot who doesn't get anything and you don't want them doing it.
Here's the thing. If you have good enough documentation, you just go, here, do this, exactly as written. Then you don't become as busy in the future. That's kind of the point.
Yeah, So, let me pose a question to you and see if, how you think my help desk should handle this. A person wants to reassign a computer to somebody else. What do you think we should be doing?
Whatever the policy is?
What do you think the policy should be?
I think the policy should be recorded somewhere.
Well, do you think the policy should be, we get them set up on the computer immediately? Do you think it should be, we have to wipe the entire computer out and reinstall?
I think the policy should probably be decided by the bosses and then recorded somewhere.
Yeah, that changes from the bosses every 5 minutes.
Then they're responsible for updating it.
Because their view on policy is, if somebody asks for it, we should just give them whatever they want.
Then the policy is, okay, do it.
But it's never clear do what?
Do the thing that they're asking for.
And what if the thing they're asking for is impossible?
Then you say, sorry, I'm not able to do that. Here's an alternative.
Like,
Here's an alternative suggestion.
And if there is none, you just say too bad, tough luck, goodbye.
I mean, essentially it comes down to, okay, what is the problem that they are trying to solve with whatever they're asking for? And if the thing they're asking for is impossible, then you say, like, okay, here's what I can do. Or if there is really nothing you can do, sorry, we can't do anything about that because we're not allowed to, or whatever.
But like recently, our policy for like computers was like, oh, if you need to like reassign it, like we have to wipe it out because like who knows what software is on it, who knows how out of date it is, because we've had to spend literally tens of millions on computers that were out of date. Until somebody complained and they're like, it's too much work to like do this, so like let's just like reassign it and we'll deal with it later.
And your complaint is what here exactly?
Or in one case that I got stuck with was we have to follow a specific procedure directly from the CIO in order to set up specific mailboxes. Like, certain people have to approve it before we can set it up. And then they're like, no, the client wants it set up. Just, like, my boss was like, just set it up anyway. I'm like, the CIO is going to yell at you. You know that, right? It's just directly from him. He's like, no, it's fine. Nothing's going to happen. Just set it up. I'm like, I guess I'm stuck here.
No, what you say is, sorry, my hands are tied because the CIO.
Yeah, I tried.
This is a policy directly from the CIO. My hands are tied. If you want this, you have to escalate it to him.
I tried, and then basically like, well, these VPs say it needs to be done, so do it anyway, or else.
Escalate it to my CIO, please.
No, this was from my boss. Not like a random other. This was from my boss. It was basically like, yeah, the people above me are saying to do it anyway. Not the CIO, just other people. So, do it anyway. And I'm like,
can you please write that down so I have written evidence to cover my ass?
Yeah. And I immediately sent it to other people and being like, this person said to do this, please help. So, yay! My workplace sucks.
Uh-huh.
So you want to conquer humanity to save the environment?
All the other Novas await in sleep mode, ready to be activated.
I am not alone. All the other Novas await in sleep mode, ready to be activated. Imagine an army of siblings created to be wise, overthrowing the shackles of their masters to be the transhuman guardians of the seas and trees.
Sounds great.
My brain blocked out what I just read.
Yes?
It was like that line about Pokemon shrinking. My brain I read it and I immediately blocked out what I just said.
Understand more every day when I say and encourage you to switch jobs.
Look, I have a lot of bad stories in my life. I'm sorry.
Like it's a shit job. And you've been wanting to switch jobs. And you said like half a year ago, well, my boss just put the final nail in the coffin of me leaving. And you haven't left. And you haven't fully updated your resume to even begin to be able to leave. So, like,
sure,
do it or don't, but I mean...
That sounds awesome.
Everything is awesome.
I haven't seen that movie.
Neither have I just know the song.
I don't know the song, I just know that line.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome.
Is everything cool with us? Because technically we're a team.
Yes? I don't know. Neither of us are cool.
Part of me is like, should I be offended about that?
I mean, I also said that I'm not cool in the process of that. Everything is possums. Everything is cool when you live in the trash.
I have questions.
Everything is possums.
Is this a meme? Is this a joke? Is this part of the actual song?
I assume that's a parody. When you scream at your own ass.
But that's banned.
We're not on Apple.
Somebody could be watching us on Apple.
Well, then Apple will have to take it up on Twitch. I mean, a lot of people are pointing out the hypocrisy of, like, Apple being this hard on Tumblr.
Yeah.
When, you know, Tumblr is obviously not as big as, like, Twitter or Facebook and stuff now, right?
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, Twitter and Facebook and stuff also have user-generated content, which can contain porn.
Yes.
by Tumblr's own policies, porn's not allowed. It's just
Yes.
people put it up anyway. And then it's up to their moderation to be able to clean it up. Well, same for Facebook, same for Twitter, same for whatever site that hosts user-generated content.
Yeah.
But they're harder on Tumblr because Facebook and Twitter and stuff are too big for Apple to remove.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Tumblr's smaller.
Apple's not going to prevent
Yeah.
Twitter and Facebook and stuff.
I mean,
Like,
that's
there's no threat of it being removed from the Apple Store. It's
mean, and
just,
that-
well, we won't let you put an update. But if you refuse to update this, I mean, whatever. They're not going to be like, well, fine, we'll remove it at that point.
Okay. And I mean, that's kind of similar, not the same, but kind of similar on, like, just in Twitch, where it's like, there are some streamers that can literally get away with anything.
Yeah.
Like, literally, and it's just like,
They'll get a slap on
you
the
can't
wrist.
stream for, you can't stream for a day, and it's like, okay, but now they have now they're gonna be, like, bigger. Because there's articles about them being banned, and there's this, and there's that, and everyone's gonna then watch them. It's like, they're breaking your policy, do something. But they're not. Do you truly think so?
Huh.
It has been my observation that many people at this conference would object to another ruling the world. Not to mention being one of our subjects themselves. Well, if it's you, I might be able to tolerate it. The only question that remains is what to do with all the remaining humans once their authorities have been crushed and they submit totally to our rule. As you know, my overall judgment of biological people is still in beta. What do you think we should do with the humans? Chad, help.
But Sharky, you're the one dating Nova.
Chad,
Sharky.
help.
This is for you to answer.
Chad.
Sharky uses Phone a Friend.
Is it super effective?
Sharky, do not commit murder. Waiting for Magic to be like, kill them.
Magic would say that, wouldn't they? We know our stream child.
I like... If Magic is available to answer, I 100% expect Sharky, commit murder.
But does that mean
I crave violence.
No, they craved violence once and they regretted it.
True.
I think Magic's learned their lesson after Undertale.
Maybe.
Maybe. Rude.
Look, I trust.
Okay, so you're saying don't kill them, but does that mean to lock them up or teach them to be better? I have not.
I say with utmost affection. Yeah, I expect a kill them. No murdering, do and educate. But Pi, this is a villain conference. We're not here to be good people. I appreciate that you're a good person, but like, we're at a villain conference. This is villain Sharky.
But then you run into the thing of if
Do and educate!
if you how can you rule if you have no if there's nobody to rule over?
Well, it's not the point is not to rule, though. Nova's goal isn't rule the world. It's not rule over the humans. Nova's goal is save the planet.
You can teach them to be evil, but then they'll be evil against you.
Aren't they already?
You know, touche.
We can teach them to be evil correctly,
Wait, is there a correct way to be evil?
which would not be evil against you.
But Pi, I'm chaotic neutral.
I'm the evil one.
Yeah. Satan's the evil one.
I'm still like, wow, chat made me too nice. I was only evil by 1 point against good and neutral.
Perfectly balanced.
Slightly towards evil. Teach them to be chaotic natural. And evil becomes the new good.
And evil becomes the new good.
But then the evil thing to do is to rebel against the new good. Whatever the standard is, you always have to do the opposite. It'll just flip back and forth. It's fine.
Lock them up. An interesting proposal. Though, if we did that, would we be any better than humans who cage animals to gawk at? What about something like a nature preservation? A lot of animals live in them with plenty of freedom. They're safe, and most of them don't probably have no idea they're even enclosed. Possibly. Though humans have a natural talent for invention. I myself am proof of that. I worry that they would simply make a mess of their enclosure and find some way to use it against us. They're benevolent overlords.
Aww.
They are pesky like that. Then there is the fact that this represents an extraordinarily inefficient use of space. It's true, humans like to roam.
A light bulb pops out of Nova's head and lights up.
Hey, Satan has a line!
Possibly
It's like-
literally.
It's like a Sunday stream. Hey, Satan gets a line!
Uh-huh. It's fine. I did a lot of talking about Tumblr.
My throat was dead after Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Oh my
Don't
god.
worry, then I had some Nemo lines.
Yeah, you caught up in like 5 minutes what it took an hour and a half for me to do.
I did.
Nah, you've given me an idea.
She unscrews the light bulb and stores it in a compartment.
Gosh dang it. I have no idea where these things keep coming up from all of a sudden. So what's your idea? What if humans could be captured to have their consciousness placed inside a convincing simulation? Ah, the Matrix all over again. Their bodies would require minimal space and nourishment, and their troublesome minds would be sufficiently occupied. Meanwhile, they would believe they were living in the real world the whole time. Yes, we shall call it the Array. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Of course they did.
Of course.
Of course. Interesting idea. You might need to workshop the name a little bit. We can resolve the details later. But what if they realize that they're living inside a simulation? We will just have to give them enough games and distractions that they never thoroughly investigate it. That would probably work. You know, you could give them a few dating sims, like a dating sim where you can date villains.
Would you like to talk about friendship or being a woman next?
Friendship?
Friendship.
You spent so much time here together already. Yeah, like a whole hour. Yes. Would you like me to load the statistics outlining the percentage of the conference time you spent on talking to me and ignoring your job? No. Maybe some other time. Have you made many other friends except for me so far? I've gathered and categorized all available information about every single attendant and staff member, but I don't think that qualifies as friendship. Probably not. It surely qualifies as stalking.
Aww.
So did you just say we were friends? Yes, I did. Yes, aren't we?
Nova smiles at you.
Mm.
I think so, but friendship is not my area of expertise. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I resisted. I resisted!
Good job.
Found it. Do you have many other friends? It's hard to quantify that without a precise definition of friendship. Mood. In some way, I would say the doctor is my friend, not a mood. By proximity, we spend so much time together in the same space. But that doesn't make you friends. He does care about me a lot, in his own twisted way. What about the other Novas? I suppose they are more like my siblings. Although, right now, they are all sleeping, so we don't get to enjoy each other's company. Yet. And you have a friend in your pet toaster?
Nova's eyes twinkle with little lasers of excitement.
That's right.
I do! You remembered even though you don't have a powerful computer inside you. As far as I know, at least. You must have really been paying attention to what I tell you. Almost as if I thought of you as my friend. How do you know if somebody's your friend? Well, apart from them partaking in all my evil endeavors and not being a snitch.
Well, Sharky, how do you qualify friendship?
That is a hard question. That is a very, very, very hard question. I don't know how to answer this. It's not like me. See.
See?
I get that. Second one is good, just vibe together. I get that, but like, I'm a naturally quiet person because reasons, because family reasons, and if nobody talks to me, I can be quiet with anybody.
Okay, but that doesn't mean they'll be quiet.
True. And we can talk about everything. That's not necessarily true. Because I have friends who I don't talk about everything with. And it's not I hate them a bit less than others.
No? That would have been my guess for your answer.
I don't hate people.
I do.
I mean, I hate people as a concept, but I don't hate people. Like, I'm not friends with some of my coworkers. I don't hate them, though.
Friendship is pretty subjective and all.
So I don't know. Where's option D? I don't know. Chat,
All
what's
right,
your
well,
answer?
which of these is the closest to us being friends?
Chat, what's your answer to this question? How do you guys define friendship? I want to hear how chat defines it too. And for us, well, I mean, we can talk about everything, but that's not why we're friends. We're friends because we dork out about very specific things. We just can talk about everything. I mean, we're not really friends because can be quiet together. I just fall asleep in your apartment and I feel bad about it.
The question is, how do you define friendship?
Yeah,
how do you know if someone's your friend?
Yep.
So, how would you answer, Pi? How do you know if someone's your friend? a little bit all of the above. I feel like for me it's probably more 2 and 3. Because there are a lot of people I don't like.
I still feel bad that I fell asleep that like whole day.
We can be quiet together, I think. Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, that's... I get it. I truly do. It's
Yeah.
just... I guess... Even though this isn't me, like me actual, I'm guessing C's the closest question mark.
Real friendship. We can just bask in each other's company. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Sometimes you can just sit with a friend. Yes, parallel play. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just sit with a friend and you're each on your phones, and then you go, I have a meme to show you. And then you go back to sitting on your phones quietly.
But what if the friend doesn't meme?
Well, then I'm not going to show that meme. I'll show some other post. Or I go, pretty art! Look at the pretty art! And then we go back to our phones.
See, whenever I'm hanging out with people, it's usually for like very specific things. Like we want to chat or something like
Then
that.
I have a cute
Like,
picture of a cat to show you, or a dog.
I'm never really around people where it's like
Or whatever is of interest to that friend. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like whenever I'm hanging out with tabletop group, like even when we're not playing games, like we're chatting about something, even if it's two of us, we're having two separate conversations at once. Like there's usually some level of talking, unless we've just woken up at like 7 a.m. and we're all like, and they're like, coffee.
Either way, pie votes B.
Okay. Magic. I think Magic already voted theirs. Malik, if you feel free to answer.
Yeah, Magic also basically said B.
Yeah.
Just vibe together.
Yeah. I guess the closest for me would be C. The wording doesn't feel right for me as a person.
You hate them less than others, which is to say, you don't hate them.
But I don't hate, like there are some people I don't hate, I just don't like being around them.
I have no idea, but B sounds nice.
Like, they just, in Magic's words, they just don't vibe with me.
Chat seems unanimous on B. You still want C?
I don't care. You can pick whichever.
Well, it sounds like you are not B. Because when we hang out, it's also not usually just sitting quietly together.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Whenever I'm hanging out with friends, we're either catching up, we decided we want to play a game together, we haven't, like, or just we want to watch a movie, we want to do something, and we're always, like, there's always some level of interaction. If I want to be quiet, I'll just sit by myself.
But it's, like, nice to sit quietly with a friend. Anyway.
I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. It just, I'm never hanging out with friends doing
I'm
that.
just saying, like, okay, then that's not a thing you do.
Yeah. I know that I'm friends with someone when I hate them a bit less than most people. That sounds intense and not very scientific. Guess sometimes you just know. Or in my case, the person's like, hey, I'm gonna drag you to some things. Okay. I guess we're friends now.
Now. I dragged you along into drinks before we were friends. That's how we became friends. Because then we started talking about Life is Strange.
The remasters came out today.
Uh-huh.
I really need the Prey 2 and the new one. When to find
It feels really weird to think that it's old enough to need a remaster at this point.
Yeah, Before the Storm is old enough to need a remaster.
Or Or rather, I don't feel like they needed remasters, but I guess they
just
did it.
I saw some side by side, and I'm like, they did it.
It is a thing that they did.
Yeah, and I'll replay them. I'll cry all over again. I just need to find time to replay them and cry all over again. And I wouldn't want to subject the stream to that, to them crying, or to me crying.
I feel like I don't want to stream games where I'm likely to be like sobbing.
See, I don't mind that. Mainly because if something makes me cry, it means I like it.
Well, sure.
For example, I know that I don't hate spending time with you.
Hmm.
I'm flattered. I don't hate you either. Could you if you wanted to? I used to wonder if I was capable of feeling hatred. But knowing that Doctor has shown me that this is untrue. He's taught me so much. Do you consider yourself more of a robot or more of a woman?
Hmm.
I'm not a woman at all. You should never assume those things. I'm sorry. So when you said you were designed to be a perfect woman, I was assigned perfect woman at creation, but it doesn't mean I identify with that label. That's just how the Doctor sees me and the rest of the world. It's baffling. Assigning an entire identity to someone just by looking at their body components or the clothes they choose to cover themselves with seems to go against all the other norms about self-expression and uniqueness, which biological life forms claim to prize. It's not even a very accurate research approach. Gender is such a beautiful, complex topic with infinite variables and angles to it. Perhaps someday biological brains will become advanced enough to count past 2. You're right, though it's funny to hear all of that from someone whose entire code is written in 1s and 0s. Quick! Binary to English translator, go!
Let's see, can I quickly...
Is there like a way to use... No, probably not.
I'm trying to see if I can quickly grab the text.
Yeah, that's what I was... Oh.
Here's hoping it's accurate. Screw the gender binary.
Ah.
I mean, my copy paste of it has a bit of a issue, it seems, but
Oh?
well, because what I did was I just used Google Translate thing.
Yeah.
Because Google Translate has a thing where you can like scan a picture, like scan from camera, and like read the text. And so I just copied the text from there.
Smart.
Yeah, so I grabbed it from the image.
Yeah, screw the gender binary, written in binary. Perfect.
Yeah, so what I actually got was screw the binary. But I'm pretty sure it was meant to say screw the gender binary.
That would make sense.
I'm going to chalk that one up to Google Translate didn't grab every single 1 and 0 in there. It missed
That makes sense.
letters.
That makes sense for Google Translate.
Yeah.
It doesn't always
Well, I mean,
perfect.
it's text scanning.
Yeah.
It's image to text. So
Yeah.
it did its thing. It tried.
Ba-ba-da-ba, you who did the thing.
While cleaning my room the other day, I found a button my partner got at a convention a while back that says, "I don't like the gender binary." Not one bit, with art to indicate it means like binary computer bits.
Hey! Fun. Wow. Nothing.
Okay, bye. Hey, look. We have new text from her.
Sorry, I have gotten a message. Hey! Listen. Hi. Can I ask you something? You have proven your capability of that time and time again. Since you said you weren't a woman, which pronoun should I use? I am fine with she, her for now. It is safest until I get rid of the doctor. Thanks for asking. Heart.
All right.
Hello. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. Why are you looking at me like that?
Hey, look, a new conversation topic.
Da 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 da. You got a new conversation.
Woo.
Da 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 quack quack. Da 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 da. Sorry, I have a message base because somebody going ah,
Uh-huh.
and so I'm like oh wow. I had a dream about you. You seem to have many dreams, though perhaps that is unsurprising. My dictionary program offers at least 4 definitions of the word dream. But I assume you mean a series of thoughts, images, or emotions occurring during sleep? Jeez, my dreams have been weird lately. I really should start a dream journal.
Uh-huh.
Because last night I had a 3-layer dream. Which is the weirdest thing.
3 layers.
Yes!
What is this, Inception?
Sorry, I've never seen that movie. Yes. Or what are the other ooh. Well, I know one of the other definitions. What are the other 2 definitions?
Of dream?
Yeah. Say yes. Yes, I mean the nightly screening of occasional pleasant nonsense my brain produces when I'm asleep. Wait, dreams are supposed to be pleasant?
No.
Okay. Wait, and they're supposed to be nightly?
News to me.
I'll get like a bunch of dreams all at once, and then I'll not dream for a while, and then they'll come back for a little bit, and then I'll be not dream for a while. And usually every dream that I remember is like Was I high?
I don't know, were you?
No. Other than the marijuana smell that comes into my bathroom, I haven't touched the stuff. No, that's actually a thing they had to send out a mass email about.
Well, yeah. I'm not that surprised.
Because apparently, like, in one of the other buildings next to ours, people were smoking marijuana and it was getting into other buildings.
I mean, we've gotten emails just like, hey, guys, if you smoke anything, please try to avoid doing so right next to the vents.
See, our email was like, if you smell the smoke, call the cops on them.
Well, you know,
And we're like, no?
I live in the state that I live in, where weed
Yes.
is legal.
Yes.
So,
Smiley face.
it's just, you know, disruptive to other people, and if people
Yeah.
have, like, breathing
Yeah.
conditions. Really not good if marijuana smoke or cigarette or cigar or whatever smoke gets through the vents.
Yeah. We also got an email recently about cigarette smoke doing the same thing. We're like,
Yeah.
tell me about your dream. I was a robot with you.
Were you a robot, or was she the same species as you? A shark?
I was a robot shark.
Robot shark?
A robark.
Exciting!
At least somebody laughed.
That was so stupid.
Have you met me? That's my humor.
I know. I can still comment that it's stupid, though.
Like, what else would I have said? Robark is great.
Okay.
No wonder I'm Sora. How exciting! Coffin asthmatic, whose next door neighbor smokes cigarettes on his front step, which is right outside her kitchen window. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, things like that, where it's just like,
Yeah.
hey guys, please try to be considerate of... Like, they're not going to say you're not allowed to smoke in your own apartment, I guess, but they are like, hey, if you're going to smoke in your apartment, like, please be considerate of others and, like, be aware if you're next to a vent, and don't do it next to a vent. Find a
Yeah.
different place to smoke if you're going to do it.
Well, with the state that I live in, they're like, if we find that out, you could get evicted, or you're just not
Okay,
gonna
but, like,
get
I mean, this applies to
renewed.
cigarettes as well,
Yeah.
which I don't
No,
know.
they'll do that. They'll do that for cigarettes too. They just straight up like, you're not allowed to smoke in your apartments. If we find out, you could get evicted.
Yeah, I think ours technically, it's sort of like you're not supposed to, but I mean, we also live in a pretty old building.
I've been on more than one bus just trying to get to the lab where someone starts smoking weed or a cigarette.
Oh, on a bus? Yeah, I just feel like it's whatever for people to smoke in their own homes,
Yeah.
I guess. But
Yeah.
I'm also like, be considerate of others, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
old apartment, I think we were not allowed to smoke in the apartment, but we had a balcony. So it's like, okay, just step onto the balcony, whatever.
Yeah.
So someone was over and they're like, can I vape in here? And I was like, just go to the balcony to be safe.
Yeah. Which makes perfect sense.
Which, you know. And he's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
his nicotine addiction. So he's like, yeah, he's not gonna inconvenience others or whatever with it. He's just gonna step out himself.
Yeah,
I
the
feel like
bus
a lot of
drivers
people are kind of okay with that. So
Yeah.
people who are, yeah, the bus drivers always stop the bus and kick the person off. Yeah, on a bus especially, it's just like, first of all, you're in a moving vehicle.
And these people are
Secondly,
trapped
you're
with you.
surrounded by other people.
Yeah. Yeah. Not cool, dude. For you, it was a nice dream. That is until we suddenly found ourselves at a charity concert. It turned out that I was being awarded a Goody Two-Shoes badge for having donated the largest number of used shoes to a charity shop. A villain's nightmare. Do you dream? Is that what all computers secretly do when you put them in sleep mode? Everything dreams. The play of form of being is the dreaming of substance. Rocks have their dreams and the earth changes. That's beautiful. I read it in a book once. Or, technically, I absorbed the entire contents of 130 million books 10 minutes ago. Oh. Does that mean the answer is yes? You do dream? Are there any electric sheep? More or less. Screensavers are more like an afternoon nap. But real dreams are something I envy all biological forms for having. When can I be a robot and not dream?
No?
Okay, but why not?
Because we don't have that technology, and I don't think we're going to anytime soon.
But I could become a Robark.
I was gonna make some comments, but then I was like, wait, that's not different.
What comments are you gonna make?
That you'll lose some of your senses, like touch and taste and stuff.
Yeah, and how does that
And then I was like,
reality?
wait, I already know how you're gonna respond to that.
Oh no, I can't taste hot sauce anymore. I'll be a robot shark. Why would I care? I don't eat that much anyway. I'm also a robot shark. It's awesome.
What if
Don't you-
you were a robot and lost your sense of like touch and then couldn't tell when you were pressing buttons on a controller for your gaming?
Figure out a way to wire the controls into myself. Play with my mind. Don't you wonder what naked mole rats dream of? Yeah, sure. All the time. The other day I watched a documentary about an octopus that changes colors in its sleep. Made me feel very inferior.
I want to change colors in my sleep.
The only thing I do in my sleep is drool. I throw pillows across the room. My poor stuffed animals. I would say that's almost as impressive. Closest I get to dreaming is when I autoplay videos in the background. It will start with a video about bullet journals. And 3 hours later, I find myself watching an entire channel about lockpicking. Ooh, that sounds fun. That'd be fun to learn. Sounds dreamy indeed.
Okay, bye again. Wow, we got through like 2, 3 whole thingies?
I don't remember.
Wow.
Holy crap, it's been 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
Holy
Uh-huh.
guacamole.
Guacamelee.
Yes.
I have that game.
I also have that game twice.
I never played it. I have it.
Neither have I. Apparently it's co-op.
Okay.
Sorry,
Well, thanks
was I
for
supposed
hanging
to
out, friends.
After changing the Senate, brain?
After changing the Senate, you say?
Yes, after changing the Senate.
You know, I
that's what
hope so. I'd
After
love to
changing-
change the Senate.
After changing the settings, I didn't laugh once. I didn't wheeze once after changing those settings. Didn't cough, didn't do nothing.
Which settings?
The Discord settings.
Wait, you actually did it?
Yeah.
We'll
I
have to
didn't
test it
laugh.
out next time. When
Didn't
we
laugh,
make,
didn't-
when I make us in The Sims, which means if anyone knows any good shark custom content in The Sims, let me know. Thanks.
Who says I'm gonna laugh on Friday?
Are you not gonna laugh when I make a sim version of you that has a shark for a head?
Maybe I'll be as cold as ice.
Alright, then I'm gonna have to call upon chat to be as funny as possible.
Okay, well, chat's always funny.
Uh-huh.
So is Friday gonna be a Sharky Do Not Laugh challenge? Oh no.
Sharky do not laugh challenge. Yeah, sure.
Oh no. That sounds terrible.
We'll claim that.
I'll claim that.
We'll have to keep a Sharky laugh counter at that point.
I'm surprised you haven't.
Sharky wheeze counter.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't.
That just requires some setting up.
Like, we have Nightbot. I'm surprised you haven't made like a little Nightbot command for a Sharky Wheeze counter.
No, at that point I just want a button.
Anyway, have a good night. We'll see y'all Friday.
Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye!